I've got something coming through. I've been in connection with some very powerful women from different tribes over the past couple of days with really, really powerful alignment of intuition and the actions we're taking. And at the minute, I think there's a defensiveness from the masculine, and I can't talk for everybody, but just observations about when people talk about the matriarchy rising. It is not because we want to dominate, it's because of the absence of the matriarchal role in a patriarchal system. And it's about the rebalancing and the realigning of those energies inside of us. Like if we don't address the masculine and feminine internally, like mother wounds, father wounds, masculine and feminine from not only this lifetime, if we're called to from other lifetimes, it's about balance. And it's a funny thing when women and men come into conflict or disagreement or misunderstanding because of our own wounding or life experiences which shape our opinions, which I trust we don't hold too tightly because we practice the art of detachment. And if we hold on too tightly, it starts to create resistance and friction, and that's not an energy to work with for our highest good. But what I've observed in these sort of like strong conversations with the women is that and also maybe a growing number of men are addressing their intuition or addressing their emotions and feelings. So the intuitive skill set is growing, but to the point where some men are still like trying to not play but just conceal things, or they present one image. And this is the era where the mask comes off. We can't we can't pretend. If you're an intuitive woman right now, especially as we make connections along the way, the female power, like the divine, works through the women around us and the people around us to give messages. And so if we are not in an aligned situation, if we're not in it's very interesting because I have a brother who's trying to get my attention right now, just trying to connect with the water. So if we are sharing our truth and it's not being met in the middle, it's not being 1 second. Can you see that I'm on the phone, brother? Yeah? Bye-bye. Thank you so much. So this is really awkward because I really don't want to stop filming, but he's just hovering. Okay, it's all right. I've got the ants on me. So there's something about masculine and feminine working as partners and teams, and that's just earth protection. But it's like you can't pull the wool over an intuitive woman's eyes. You can't deceive or lie to earth angels or women who are led by divine source energy, who are also embodying a level of truth, because we've got nothing to hide. Like we don't think we're perfect, we don't think we're right all the time. We're just consciously living and working with energy for the healing of the nations, to be better, to do better, to move better, to integrate better, to share better, because of what we've left behind and what we've transmuted and what we're alchemizing all the time. And the women that I've been speaking to at the minute as well are taking on a lot of work from the men around them. And this is not in any way to be anti-men. I think at this point 422 on the clock, 448 is I am here for the healing of the nations, which is women and men, and I see many men doing the work, shadow work, deep shadow work, and it takes time. We're all on our own path and we can't compare. But women know things. Women have an intuitive guidance system where the energy just feels off if the truth is not revealed, if there is something being concealed, if there is impure intentions, if there is something that is warning us. 5:05 on the clock. It's a warning system, and this it doesn't need to be serious, but it's also just to help us align better with our surroundings and with our soul family. And sorry, I just wanted to check the heat gone. And basically, the more that we resist the truth, or that we resist a true divine mirror, you end up pushing away the things that you potentially manifested. You end up pushing away the realness of a woman who, you know, has nothing to prove in the world, is present and has acknowledged her purpose and path. Many of us ladies are finding that now, because the veil is gone and because time is an illusion. A lot of us are existing in different realms. Like last night there was an event here, and it was on ancestral land. It was like a whole shamanic initiation, like a group of healers that had arrived together and balancing out, not all healers, but definitely a level of interconnectedness that I hadn't felt in a long time. It was pretty powerful. And so this is just I don't know why PSA keeps coming up, public service announcement. I mean, that's quite an American thing, it's not a British thing. But why I'm sharing is because we don't want to be lying right now. We don't want to be hiding our truth. It's like the mask's going to come down, and so if we're not acting in truth and integrity and loyalty and trust and love, like purity, pure heart, and there's, you know, scheming, or there's something going on, this snake, this hidden element, it's something that we've not healed in ourselves. People confuse, and I've had, because of the way that I move right now, I have a defensive attitude to sometimes how I share or don't share certain things, because I am a sacred being, and I believe that the work and various things I'm doing is sacred. So I don't reveal, because I'm a private person, because I've leaked too much before, and I've seen how that has affected things, and now I've learnt to change and do differently because of how I'm tapped in, or because of how, I don't like the word light workers, but I can't think of anything now because I'm just looking at the light glistening off the water, and it's absolutely stunning. How the light workers trigger the people that we come into contact with sometimes. And so I'm not a secretive person, because I have no, secrets, we've all got our own darkness depths. Do we ever share anything 100%? I don't think so. I don't think we need to, because of the way that others judge and create opinions around that because of our lived experiences. But in terms of privacy, yeah, I do think it's really important right now to be very sacred in our circles, very private with what we're sharing, because of the level of warfare, spiritual, psychological warfare that is coming. It's taking people off the realm. People are dying. And I don't say this lightly, it's just I'm witnessing and observing things, as many of us are. I'm not just the only one talking about, you know, war and various things happening, but in my own sphere of existence, the level of energy that is incoming into the planet, if we're not grounded enough, it is affecting people's vibration, their energetic field, which is how we sustain life on the planet. And so I believe embodying love and truth and purity as much as possible is for our longevity, is for our health, is for our healing, is for better, more harmonious relationships with each other, and 939. And so when I talk about the rise of the matriarchy and the divine feminine being a visionary and an oracle or a leader for the masculine in terms of what she may see in advance of a masculine, The masculine is playing a pivotal role right now in terms of reclaiming the strength, because of how they're connecting to love, and because of how they're connecting with their emotions, and they're releasing this facade, this mask of needing to be tough and the man all the time, which of course women love to be led. We need to surrender. That's part of the feminine receptivity, it's part of the power, it's part of the divine union in self, so that you can move into divine union with an external mirror. But someone's talking to me. But it is what it is. I think I'm just being called today. It is what it is. 10:04 on the clock. And I just trust that we're moving in love, as it is one of the most liberating feelings to be able to feel honest and honourable with the people, but have our own sacred private lives, because we weren't meant to share with everything we can share, our food and break bread and share experiences, but our internal world is sacred. And sometimes when we are learning to elevate and increase these psychic gifts, like because I've connected with these women now, reason, season, lifetime, we don't know whether it's permanent, temporary, 1 1 2 3 Fibonacci is like that increases the psychic magnetism among the divine feminines who are working together in a conscious way, who don't go out when they know that energy is shit, like feels the heaviness of, like, for example, this week where I've been at, but doesn't judge it, and also moves through it, and then we laugh at it at the end of the day and we have funny fuck it moments. But I think embodying love, it doesn't allow us to move in the shadow with deceptive behaviour. Love is the highest frequency of truth, or truth is the highest frequency of love. Is that the same thing? But Spirit's away, like there's some mangroves, they're just talking, so I've got to go. But I trust there was some sort of thread here, and big ups to everybody, man, woman, child, who is doing the work of self-observation, self-awareness, and getting to a place where we feel more harmonious in self, so that we can then manifest harmony in our relationships. 1 2 3 4